Welcome to The Explainer. You know that thick, kind of intimidating health insurance document that shows up in the mail? Well, today we're going to tear it down and turn it into a super simple guide. Our goal? To make you an expert on your own policy in just the next 5 minutes. We have all been there, right? This dense, jargon-filled booklet arrives, and your first thought is, oh man, where do I even start with this? It feels so overwhelming, you just want to shove it in a drawer and forget about it. But what if I told you that you could cut through all that noise and find the stuff that actually matters to you and your family? Well, you can. So let's dive right in. We're going to break this whole thing down into 5 simple, logical parts. And we'll use a real policy as our map so you can see exactly how all these pieces fit together to create your health shield. First up, the welcome kit. Think of this as the quick start guide for your policy. It's got all the essential documents you're going to need right out of the box. So, what's actually in this kit? Well, you've got 4 main things. The policy schedule, that's your 1-page cheat sheet. The ADD certificate, which is super important for your taxes. Of course, the health card, that's basically your passport to cashless hospital visits. And a copy of the proposal form you filled out. These 4 things, they're your foundation. Okay, so we've got the foundation. Now, let's get to the real heart of the matter. Who exactly is covered by this policy and for how much? This is where we find the big, important numbers. Now, to make all this feel real and not just a bunch of abstract terms, we're going to look at an actual policy. This one belongs to Mr. Bratisha and his family. It's way easier to understand when you see how it applies to real people. And right away, the policy schedule makes it crystal clear. You can see every single person who's covered. Mr. Bharatisha himself, his wife Savita, and their 2 sons, Hrishikesh and Hari Krishna. No guessing games here, just a straightforward list. All right, and here's the big one, the number everyone looks for first. Their total sum insured is 3 crore rupees. That's a huge number. But what does it actually mean when you need to use it? Simply put, the sum insured is the ceiling. It's the absolute maximum amount the insurance company will pay out for all your claims combined in one policy year. Think of it as your total financial safety net for that year. And this is where it gets interesting, because this is a floater plan. That entire 3 crore rupees isn't for just one person. It's a big shared pool of money. Any of the 4 family members can dip into it if they need to. It's super flexible, which is a huge plus for families. All right, so we know the total pot of money, but what can you actually spend it on? That's where the big list of benefits comes in. And as you're about to see, not all benefits are created equal. Just look at this. It's a perfect example. For something really serious, like being hospitalized for treatment, the family can use the full 3 crore sum insured. But for something specific, like an ambulance ride, there's a separate, much smaller limit, in this case, 30,000 rupees. See the difference? And it doesn't stop there. You also have different types of benefits. For example, maternity cover here is a fixed amount. You get 1 lakh rupees, period. But for something like OPD, which is outpatient treatment, it's a reimbursement up to 20,000 rupees for the year. One is a fixed payout, the other is a cap. So here's the bottom line. The one thing you absolutely need to remember. That big sum insured number is great, but the real devil and the real value is in the details. You have to check the individual limits, the sublimits, for every single benefit. That's where the real story is. Okay, deep breath. We're heading into the fine print. I know. It sounds scary, but I promise there are some really powerful features hidden in here, like portability. And this one can be a total game changer. So what on earth is portability? Think of it this way. It's your right to change your insurance company without having to reset the clock. All the benefits and waiting periods you've already served, you get to take them with you. You don't have to start over from scratch. And you can see exactly how this works with the Bharatisha family. They started with one company, Max Papa, way back in 2021. Then, a couple of years later, they decided to switch to Tata AIG. The key thing here is they never had a single gap in their coverage. And here's the magic of doing that. Because they ported their policy and kept it going, all those annoying waiting periods, the first 30 days or the 2-year wait for certain conditions, poof, they were waived off. They got full coverage from day one with their new insurer. That is huge. All right, we've covered the what, the who, and the how much. We've even braved the fine print. Now for the most important part. how do you actually use this thing when you really, really need it? The whole cashless claim system is meant to be pretty straightforward. Honestly, the most important thing you have to do is step one, get pre authorization. Just let your insurer know before a planned hospital stay. After that, you just flash your health card, and the hospital and the insurance company talk directly to each other to sort out all the bills. And please remember, you are not alone in this. Your policy document itself is your support kit. You've got an app, a WhatsApp number, a website, a phone number, whatever way you prefer to get in touch, there's an option there for you. And really, that brings us full circle, right back to the promise on the very first page. The whole point of digging into all these details, the numbers, the clauses, the sublimits, is to get to this feeling, to be worry-free, knowing you're protected. So we've just walked through this whole policy together, and hopefully it's not so scary anymore. The power is literally in your hands now to do the same with your own document. Your policy is your financial shield in a crisis. So the only real question left is, do you know how strong yours truly is?